Hi, and welcome back to Celebrity with Nene. Um, I'm Nene, and today I'm here with Sean. If I seem a little weird, it's because I thought I was recording, but somehow I did not hit the live button. All right, so let me try to do this spiel again. So I want to tell everybody, hi. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving with your family and friends. I know we didn't see you last week, so I didn't get a chance to see it last week, but I know it's late, but I'm still saying it to you. Alrighty. And so we're going to be doing a recap of Love During Lockup. This is season 4, episode 29. So the first couple we're going to start out with, it is going to be Michael and Justina. Justine. I don't know why I was trying to add an A to her name. Okay, so the episode starts off where Justine is taking the car um, to somebody so they can check and see if the car is stolen or whatnot, because she doesn't know, truly, she doesn't know who the car is registered to or any specifics about the car. It turns out she doesn't even know she has paperwork in the car to prove that she has some relation to the car. So she goes to this facility. The man asks her some questions. A lot of them she couldn't answer. He was asking her, does her husband have a driver's license? She was like, well, he used to, but he doesn't anymore because he's in prison. And so the guy at the place that she took the car to, he seemed a little confused because he said the state that she's in, you have to have a driver's license in order to purchase a car. So he was like, is it possible he has access to your driver's license? And she was like, yeah, I've sent all my information to prison to him. Which for me, I don't know. I don't know how comfortable I would feel sending, but I don't know. I'm gonna leave that on. All right. And so the guy tells her that the vehicle, he checks like Carfax and some other websites and stuff. He says the car doesn't appear to be stolen. It hasn't been in any accidents, and that the car is actually it's titled to her. Um, and so, you could tell she was relieved. Oh, I can't wait to tell my family and stuff like that. Because, she's getting a lot of backlash about that car. Um, And so when she gets home, she tells Michael that what she has done. And of course, he gets upset. He's like, well, you're treating me like I'm some kind of lame, like I'd give you a stolen car, have you run like this. He says these kind of things, which is understandable. I don't think she thought about it in that way. Um, and so they kind of argue a little bit. And then she brings up the fact that he bought a car for another woman. And he tries to tell her, I wasn't with you, and she was like, well, you still didn't tell me. So they kind of bicker a little bit about that. And he ends up actually hanging up on her. All right. So, Sean, do you have any thoughts on Justine and Michael this week?
Yes, Justine. Mm, mm. But yeah, it's like twofolds. I get what she did, and then
Mm-hmm.
after she talked to him, I understood why he felt the way he felt about the
Mm-hmm.
situation. But to me, it's like he didn't have to be uh, disrespectful towards
Yeah.
her because he would have understood that how she didn't have no papers. She don't know how you got the car. That she should have questions. Yeah, she should trust him without doubt. However, there's a reason why you in prison. So and the lifestyle. She knows your. Obviously, you have all of her information. So and
Mm-hmm.
she knows the accounts and know how much money you have from the shoe and from the record deal or the albums that you sold, deal or no deal.
Yeah.
She knows how much money you have, so she kind of can figure that, hey, based off of what we got, what you got, you can't just up and buy a car. So you got to
Yeah.
have a stash somewhere, which uh, and then the buying the vehicle because, like I said, I don't know if that is her first vehicle. Because if it is not, then she should know that he needed a driver's license in order to buy that car because she
Yeah.
probably had
She
no
should.
car.
Yeah. She should know she needs to have the registration with her.
Right. Yeah. So maybe it is her first car because she didn't know what the registration was. Because she gave the guy the owner's manual, and it's like that's all I got. So, in a way, he's talking about you should trust me. I wouldn't leave you out there in a hot car. I'm not a lane. But yeah, you are, because if she would have got stopped, no proof of registration, no title, no proof of title, no proof of ownership. So the cops, yeah, they'll run the stuff and be like, yeah, it does say this is for you. However, you need to have proof. Here go a $250 fine. So
Mm-hmm.
here go a ticket. Which to me always baffled me is why do you need to get proof of registration? That when they run your car, there's proof of registration right there because they can see you got registration. So they go.
Yeah. That is strange to me because I know in the state that I live in, when the police run your plate, they can tell whether or not you have insurance or not. But if you don't physically have the insurance card in your car, you can get a ticket for no proof.
Right. So like, what I need proof for? You already know.
Right.
Oh,
And then
so
what was even crazier to me is one time I went to traffic court and the judge, he was telling us, we could plead not guilty, guilty or whatever. And he said, if you have a ticket for no proof of insurance, you really shouldn't plead not guilty. He said,
uh-huh.
because for you to get the ticket means you did not have proof. I was like, wow,
uh,
y'all really
ain't that
holding up to this.
right? Ain't that something? Because I know I was watching some on 60 Minutes one time, and they had a bunch of people in jail, and they was talking about how the system is corrupt and how it's all messed up. And they had this one person that was in jail because they couldn't afford bond, and the reason that they was in there was because they did not have proof of registration and proof of insurance. So they locked that person up. So I was like, why the person like, hey, I went to the house and have my insurance and all that type of stuff. So why I just couldn't show it to you all? So yeah, it's all messed up how they do things. But back to her and him, the registration. Yeah, he needed to be able to give her information so she can go get the registration card. So it's something up with that. And then too, when she said, yeah, he has my identification and all of my information. We married. I was like, y'all just got married, a couple episodes or so a couple of weeks ago. So he been having on your information ever since y'all been dating. And what else has he bought in your name? Because obviously,
Right.
if he can buy a car in your name without you knowing about it, he probably bought some other stuff in your name. So stuff like that would make me have a red flag. Now, then on his part, yeah, why you check up on the car, but you didn't check up on the ring. You didn't check up on the chain. And he was like, well, why don't you take all that stuff off and go check that? And then she's talking
Mm.
about, oh, you trying to be extra. I was like, nah, he ain't trying to be extra. He do have a point there. So you don't
He really
mind.
did.
Yeah. So it's like, so he ain't being extra. And then on top of that not being extra thing, she gets upset and she wants to talk about what you did in the past. You bought all these other women cars. Why you can't do something special for me? Like he said, that was the past. You know, he bought those
Right.
other women clothes. So what, you don't want him to buy you clothes neither. So he
Right.
probably bought them women, took them out on dinner dates and all this type of stuff. You don't want him to buy you food either. So
Yeah, I guess she can't get flowers either if he's giving
right,
other women flowers too.
right, right. So you wants to be special. Yeah, I get it. You wants to be special. You should be treated special in your relationship, but don't base your specialness off of his past relationships because you're the
Hmm.
one that have the ring. So how much more special than them do you wants to be? Because you got the prize. They did not. Finish the race. So her way of thinking, and then on top of that, she tells the sister, uh, "Oh, I ain't worrying about all of that. That's his past. His past is his past. He told me everything." And then soon as she talked to the brother, you didn't think your sister was gonna sell you out, bro? You didn't think she was gonna sell you out? I was like,
Yeah.
dog.
What I think happened was the conversation didn't go the way she thought it was, and she was trying to flip everything like on him. So then it
Hmm.
became about, but you bought other women cars and stuff. Like that equals out to what she did.
Right. Yeah. So like, what's the deal? What's the deal? So hey,
Hmm.
yeah. And then too, I was like, well, they ain't had no drama, so they needed something. something between them. So this here caused the drama. And she talking about, I can't wait to tell my people. Yeah, it's not. So okay, then the next time the people would say, well, how did he get the car? If they ask that question.
Right.
So,
Because she
so yeah,
still don't know.
yeah. No title, no nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. So we were talking about Justine and Michael. Do you have anything you want to add, Racy?
Um, so I missed what y'all said, but I don't know. I guess just based off of coming in and hearing that little bit, yeah, there's no answer, no clear answer on how he got the car. Because like the dude said,
Mm-hmm.
he's curious on how did he buy a car, outside. I guess haven't heard information, but yeah, how did he do it? And then I mean,
Yeah.
and how did he do? I mean, the biggest question, he in jail. How did he do it from there? You know what I'm saying? Who do you got
Right.
that's making the moves for you that she doesn't already know? You know what I mean? Like it wasn't your sister or your cousin or whoever who did. How did you get the car? So I wish they would just go and answer the question, but obviously he throws a fit every time she questions anything. So I don't feel like we ever gonna know. But
Yeah.
I mean, other than that though, I mean it wasn't really a lot to it, just that like she went in there. Now one thing that I did notice that I was like, how are you riding around with no registration and insurance? Like, and you don't know that you don't have registration and insurance and you a grown woman with kids, you know what I'm saying? Like you got a license. Like that's to me 101. Like that you
Yeah.
can
That's
drive.
what I was seeing. Has maybe she never had a car before or something? I don't understand. Because even when she was talking to that man, when she was asking him to check out the car, she didn't know what a lien was.
Yeah.
Some of the questions that he was asking her, I felt like if you even owned a car before, you should know these basically
Well,
things.
I could understand her not knowing Aline if she ain't never.
If
I don't
she's
know.
never had a loan, yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand that.
But
But
to me, registration, insurance, all that stuff is like common sense stuff. That's stuff that when you get in the car, you need your license, you need your registration, you need your insurance. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how she could not know that, because he was like, you get pulled over, you'll get in trouble for that. And it's like, forget that thing being a hot car. Like, shoot, if it is a hot car, it's even worse. You ain't got insurance and registration. So, but yeah.
all right, so the next couple we're going to go into is Dari and Emily. All right, so the scene opens up. One of Emily's friends has come to visit her. They're talking about her upcoming visit to go see Dari. So they are saying that they've been together, they've been a couple for 3 years, and they've never seen each other. So this is going to be the first visit ever. Um, and so Emily, her attitude, it doesn't really seem like she's excited to see him, but she does explain that she has a hangover. And so then the scene like cuts over to Smoke. So we see Smoke, he's out at like a outside eatery with his girlfriend. And um he's talking about Dari and Emily to his girlfriend. He's talking about her that, he doesn't think she's right for Dari and that Dari is whipped, even though he hasn't had sexual relations with her. That's what he's saying. Okay. And then Dari calls Smoke while he's talking about them. And he's telling Smoke that Emily did not come and visit him, what she was scheduled to. And so then, of course, we cut back to Emily, and the producers are asking Emily, why did she not go to visit Dari? Emily says she doesn't like answering questions about her relationship, which is funny to me because you've talked about this relationship on here, so I'm not sure why you don't like answering questions. Then she proceeds she actually got up and she walked away, just walked off the scene. Um, so, any thoughts on Dari and Emily this week?
Um, I mean, why didn't she go see him? Like, why did this is like the show of unanswered questions? Like, everything was so abrupt. Like, it just like like, okay, now what? Like the scene, I feel like all the scenes was doing that. And then I'm kind of with Smoke. You know, boy got the name Playboy, but you ain't a Playboy. Like I don't know why you got that name because
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And it getting play. Well, I ain't say getting played. 'Cause, like she ain't playing him, but like she running him and running things like for real, for real. So I don't know what the deal is with that relationship and why she's so scared to see him. Like I mean, I would assume they probably video chatted and stuff, and she ain't catfishing in my hope, but I don't know. I mean, Smoke has seen her in person, so obviously,
Well, do you remember it was one of the first few episodes, and he, Dory and Emily were on like video chat, and he told her, "My hair is longer than yours." You
oh
remember
yeah,
that?
that's right. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so he's seen her. We got B here, B and the babe.
Maybe.
Hey everybody.
But yeah.
Hey, so we're over here. We're talking about Emily and Dory. So, any other thoughts on Emily and Dory, Reese? Because I think I cut you off. I'm sorry.
You know, I think it was just so okay. Yeah, so they have seen each other, so it just doesn't make sense on why she doesn't want to see him in person and like
Mhm.
why she didn't go see him. I'm
Mhm.
sure, like, if you traveled over there to, and that was the sole purpose of you going there. You know what I'm saying? Then, because did she come from out of the area?
I'm not for sure.
Because I couldn't tell if she was in a hotel or if that was like her house. I couldn't tell. I don't remember what her apartment or whatever looked like, if she's ever even showed her apartment or her place. But
Mhm.
it's like, if you know you went there to see him, why'd you get drunk the night before? Like that didn't make
Yeah,
sense either.
that was something I didn't understand either.
But yeah, like their relationship is a little confusing, but it seemed like Diary is really like, he's like, she's the one, and we gonna get married and blah blah blah. So, and I don't think she's cheating on him or anything. So I don't know. Their case is weird.
Yeah, very, very weird. Okay, any other thoughts on Dory and Emily? No?
Uh, I think that she didn't go see him because she's still holding a grudge because she says she's a very grudgeful person because he cheated on her. And so, what way to get even is to build up his expectation and his hopes and his dreams of finally getting to see her. And then at the last minute, up, nope, I ain't going. So that's the reason why I think she's not. That she didn't go. But my other
Okay.
thing too is why you on the show if you don't want to answer questions about your relationship with the prison.
Right.
Yeah. So, what is your deal? Is she playing? Are they playing? We, getting that paycheck and for
Right.
coming on the show and get the little 15 minutes of fame type thing. But other than that, oh, too with Smoke. Yeah, how he said he bet his last dollar that relationship is not going to last a year, and yeah, it might not last. I don't think they're going
It's
to make it to the next
it's
episode.
crazy. Yeah, Smoke does not like her at all.
No, he surely
It's
don't.
very obvious. Yeah.
And when someone take advantage of your friend, whether or not you yourself is a good person or not, that's still your friend. And you
Yeah.
want to talk on behalf of your friend and think that she's taking advantage of him and controlling him. But like he said, they probably was playing one another, and in the process of playing one another, they fell in love. And
Yeah.
she mad, and he needs to get over it. And then too, she gave him an ultimatum, saying that either you get him out of your phone and just concentrate on me, or don't see me at all. If you keep him in your phone, then don't worry about me, type thing. And to me, if you're going to give that man that ultimatum, then you need to be more faithful to the guy,
Mm.
because this man is giving up a true friend, as he say, a cuz family, to be with the woman that he wants to spend the rest of his life with. So he said. So if that's what he wants, and that's what he wants, and you want him to get rid of his family, then you need to be more committed. And I hope she's not trying to get that grudge, even hold it to the point to where get him to get rid of everybody, and then at the end she leaves him and be like, he should have been faithful to me. So, but
Hmm.
that's all I got.
Okay. Hey, B, do you have any thoughts on Dari and Emily this week? She may have walked away. Okay. All right. So the next couple was just Jessica and Dustin. Right. Okay. So the scene starts out with Jessica receives a phone call from Scuba Steve. What a nickname. Okay. And so
Wow.
he calls her and lets her know that Dust, yeah, his name is Dustin, that Dustin is in the box. He's saying that he doesn't know why and that he's going to try to get a note over to him. And so she's asking him some questions, but he doesn't seem to know the answers to any of her questions. And he also lets her know that basically he needs to be compensated for any information, right? Okay, and so she talks to Steve for a little while on the phone, and then she gets off the phone, or right before she gets off the phone, she lets Steve know, okay, I'm gonna send you some stamps and some money. So let him know, okay, I'm gonna compensate you, so give me my answers or whatever. And so after that scene, we see that she's talking to her daughter, and she's saying she's definitely moving to Tennessee. She's found a home, and so the daughter tells her, I'm not gonna go. She wants to stay and live with her dad. So Jessica kind of tries to convince her a little bit. I don't feel like it was a lot of convincing she was trying to do, but she tries to convince her still to come with her. But the daughter's like she wants to stay where she is, so she'll live with her dad. Okay, so any thoughts on Jessica and Dustin this week?
I think she should stay with her daddy
Yeah, absolutely. Your
because
mama's in love with a meth head. Stay with your daddy. That's what I
yes,
would
that part. Like I don't think a child should even have to go through all that. And then
do.
children are like impressionable, however you say it. You know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
But I'm glad the fact that the daughter have that much sense for to be like, okay, this ain't something that I would want to do in the future, and I hate the fact that my mama doing this. So
Right.
I give the daughter kudos for somebody in the situation having sense.
Right.
But let
Yeah.
that girl go stay with her daddy. Like it shouldn't even be
Hmm.
no trying to convince her or nothing like that. Like you choose to go through what you want to go through, fine. But leave me out of it. I go stay with my daddy.
Right. Right. I definitely agree with you on that. Let her stay with her daddy. You want to make these kind of decisions, and oh, and I forgot to mention, she also was complaining about the fact that her visit last week got cut short. She was asked to leave the facility, and Dustin ended up in the hole or the box, as they're calling it, or whatever. Okay. So, any other thoughts? I'm sorry, I threw that in. I forgot about it.
But I mean, she knew why it got cut short.
Yeah, because of her.
Yeah, and he admitted that he had did drugs. So it's like, they're listening and all that stuff. So for one, he was silly to admit that. And then two, um, I just don't understand, like, okay, if you're telling your daughter, like, you're my whole life, I don't know how to do this without you and all this other stuff. First of all, she's about to go to college, so you're gonna have to figure it out anyways. Second of all, if your daughter means that much, then why are you chasing this young dude? Because like I really looked at his pictures and like this dude, like I know he's like 27 or something like that, 28. She's like 40 something.
Yeah.
But they look that age gap, you can see it. And I was like, whoa, I didn't realize that they look that he looked like a baby like that. Like that dude looks younger than 27. I'm sorry, like is she the one that got the tattoo?
Yes.
Yeah. So you done got this little kid's. I know he ain't a little kid. I know he ain't a little kid, but you got a little boy name tattooed all on your stomach like an idiot. Then you find out you find out he did heroin. So you talk to him. He admits that he did heroin. And he's saying he did it in the jail. So that means that when this man gets out, he's gonna continue to do heroin. If
Yes.
you're gonna choose to leave because you're like, I got to get out of Florida. Florida ain't for me. Okay, start over, but stop trying to start over with somebody who is basically young, who you're gonna have to like pretty much you're gonna have to remold this man into a man because he's a drug addict and he's young. You know what I'm saying? You're in your 40s. Like this dude is not on your level. And
Yeah.
so you're gonna have to remold him, teach him, and then pray that this man don't still keep doing heroin because that is a strong, like that's a serious drug.
He gonna keep doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't mold
He is. Yeah.
no dope fiend at
that's what
all.
I'm saying. And heroin is serious. Like you seen the little faces of heroin or whatever that drug is where they show all the people and they face all jacked up and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's just that's face of meth. That's meth I'm thinking of.
But
But
that's what he's using. He's using meth.
oh, okay.
But
So I mean, so you got this dude who's doing meth and he's doing it in the freaking jail. Like, so you think that when he get free and he was doing it prior to that he's gonna just stop because what I got this woman here to take care of me now? Like, no, if you get bored, like he said, he's gonna do it again. But he's gonna do it again anyways. Like you risking all of this for somebody who you know you can't save.
his own family said he likes his drugs.
Yeah. So I think she's crazy. If you can't live without your daughter, then choose your daughter.
Right.
That part.
Mhm.
That's my main issue with her is the fact that you choosing this man over your daughter, which means if he was to get out and your daughter was still around, it ain't no telling what situation you willing for to put your daughter in because you want a man. Well, not
Exactly.
even a man. You want somebody around.
Or as Reese say, that little boy.
And he close to your daughter's age.
Yeah.
He closer to your daughter's age.
Yeah, closer to the daughter age.
You're not worried about him doing something crazy to your child. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You want her to move with you while you bring a drug addict into your house. She'd be crazy to come with you.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with both of you all, B and Reese, and I think that she should stay with the dad. Plus, it only going to be for a year, if that, because like Reese is saying, she's going to college. So for her to try to convince the daughter by saying, "Oh, you're not going to have the same freedom that you got with me, with your father." Well, if she goes to Tennessee with you, she ain't gonna have to enjoy that freedom long because you're gonna take your boyfriend's side over her because you actually leaving her to go to Tennessee to be with this man or this kid. Uh, I'm gonna say man because at work there was this one girl was passing by, and I said, "Hey, let the kid pass," and she fussed me out because she said, "I'm not a kid. I'm 30 years old. I'm a grown woman." So I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me." So that young man, that's what she wants to be with, over your child, then let the child move on with her life. Don't try to hold her back to console you in case that don't work out. And then you be like, "At least I got my child here with me." Nah, don't put
Yeah.
her in a situation. So and if he can't get clean while he's locked up, and
Right.
right, so once he get out, how you expect for him to stay clean when he have more access freely to all the stuff, even the stuff he needs to make it? So yes, you might want to reconsider that. And then her friend was talking to her, and her friend was trying to let her know, give her heads up on what's going on, and saying that no, we as nurses, we want to save everybody, and in the process of trying to save him, then you're going to wind up getting hurt. You're going to wind up with
Mhm.
the bag end of the stick because you're trying to save this man. So yeah, hopefully she grow up and look for someone that's more mature. The person don't have to be 40. She can find herself a nice 32-year person that's mature. If she wants a younger man, if that's what she wants. But her problem is that she still have the mindset of a frat boy, as she said. So she still have that mindset of party. She if she really wants to settle down with this man, or if she just want to have a good time. So and that's something I don't know if that's what she really wants out of her life. Yeah,
Yeah.
because family is blood is thicker than water.
Hmm. Okay. So you said something They kind of stuck out to me. You said, you know, if the daughter goes there, she'll only have to really worry about it for like a year. I thought you were about to say because Dustin will probably end up locked up again, which
Oh,
I mean,
now you're
which
starting to sound like smoke now. You gonna put your that he be locked up in a year? You ready to put your last dollar on that?
But majority of them do go back though. Almost everybody from the show, it's like majority of them go back. But you know something else too? Like if she goes and live with the mom, she got to be the mom. She been the
yeah,
mom the whole time they've been out traveling. I'm like, dude, let that girl be the daughter.
yeah, she's probably tired. That's what. Yeah, so it would be good. Let her go live with her daddy for a bit.
She could
So
be
then
the child.
All right.
that's the reason why she need her mom to come with her then, because she knows that her daughter is the more responsible one, so she needs her daughter to come. Yeah, not just for companionship, but to keep her in line.
Yeah, to take care of. Look, she's like, I'll go to work, but who's gonna make decisions?
I'm telling you. All right, guys. So I'm gonna move on to Ty. Okay, I'm gonna just put it out here. Ty seems to me, a lot of them, they just seem staged. They don't necessarily just seem the realest to me. So if y'all see, if I'm being real cynical as I'm talking about her, it's because it just seems put on to me. All right. And so we see that Ty, she's already talking to a new inmate. She's on the phone with him. When she gets home, her daughter's there, so she starts talking to her daughter. And she tells her daughter that she's about to head out to the graveyard. So her daughter's like, "Why are you going there?" And she's like, "Because I'm going to go manifest my husband and a baby." Actually, she didn't say the baby quite yet. So she pulls out this bag and she starts pulling out stuff that she says she's going to use what in the graveyard to manifest. So one of the items she pulled out was a baby bottle. And the daughter had said, "You don't have a baby." She's like, "But I want to manifest this baby boy." So the daughter starts being quote unquote honest with her and is like, she doesn't like that her mom is dating these inmates. And she says her mom pays more attention to the inmates than she do to her, and she wants some attention. She said the inmates are like a bunch of ants. Like her mom is surrounded by all these ants, which are the inmates. And so as they are talking, Ty ends up getting upset with some of the stuff that her daughter is saying to her. So she's like, "Give me your phone." The daughter gets upset by that request because she knows Ty wants to take her phone away. So she knocks over this bowl of cereal and she storms off into her bedroom. And then Ty goes in there, to correct her daughter on it. And she's just like, "If I'm happy, why, what does it matter if I'm dating these inmates?" Which I'm like, did you hear what you just said to your daughter? Like, if you're happy. I don't know. These women. Um, and so then, like her final scene, we see her talking to another inmate. I'm not for sure which one because I don't think they showed the inmate's name. But she was asking him, "Oh, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have children? Can you have visits?" Then she reveals that she feels like she could get pregnant by an inmate that has not been released yet. She says they have vending machines, so I guess she's talking about they can get up and grind up against a vending machine, I guess. She was like, "Just wear a baggy dress and no underwear, and you can get pregnant in prison." Okay, so your thoughts on Ty this
That girl lost and confused.
week?
Oh man, the fact that her daughter even voiced to her that she didn't like it, like like you said to me too, it do seem staged on her part, especially like with the last situation and stuff. And it's like with all that happened before, what make you think like even though you ask these questions that they not finna lie to you? Like they
Right,
con artists, they all different types of people. They in prison, jail, whatever. Like they liars.
right.
And I still don't understand the concept of these women and men's thinking when it comes to going after people in jail in the first place. But It's sad to me. I don't really know what else to say about her, but yeah.
Okay. Anyone else got any
Yeah,
thoughts about Ty this week?
I didn't know if he was gonna go.
Oh,
She was off the chain this week. Like
yeah,
the fact that it's soon, like, and if it's staged, then it's staged. Because I mean, her scenes are always over the top.
they
But
are.
then,
She does too much in them.
yeah. And so when she had the whole thing where she got on the phone with Heidi and was like, what you want to do to me? Oh, you want to do that to Boston? And this guy started knocking her stuff over. I'm like, dude, you broke like a vase or something. She done knocked all this stuff down, and then she go get back in her bed and lay down. I was like, you weirdo, like that. I get it. In the heat of the moment, in real life, you know what I'm saying? If you get angry and break stuff or knock stuff over, you may not be like, oh, this is my stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, like you on camera and yeah, that's your stuff you breaking. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just looked crazy to be acting like that on camera every time you have a scene dealing with this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she knocked over the table, then she knocked over that, you know what I'm saying? And then when her daughter knocked the cereal bowl, I'm like, this look what you teaching your kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because that's a typical Thai move according to what we've learned about her on the show.
yeah. But
And
what stuck out to me, and I get it, people do eat Cheerios without milk, but there wasn't even any milk. When she hit it, it was just cereal that went
yeah,
everywhere.
I saw that too. So that probably was fake, like set up so she could hit it. But the part too that got me was that Ty has 3 daughters already.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't showing them no attention, what you gonna do with a baby boy?
Right.
Like, why do you want another kid when you ain't paying your girls that you got attention? You know what I'm saying? And I don't remember how old they were. Like, and I don't know if that one that was on there was the oldest or maybe she was the middle. But if your kids are telling you you're not showing us enough attention, why would you bring another one in? Like, that is a pet peeve. Like, I hate to see people just constantly just have babies, have babies, have babies, and you act like you don't even want your babies. You know what I'm saying? One, maybe
That
two,
part.
but then after 3, 4, 5 babies, and you still ain't taking care of none of them, or you ain't paying them no attention, or what? Then why are you doing this? Like, you making a burden for somebody else? Because obviously somebody's taking care of her girls if she ain't the one doing it. Whether it's their dad or maybe a grandparent or somebody's got to be helping her because she obviously the kids saying they ain't getting no attention. And I've never seen her daughters on the show again until today, and then minus like the first episode when we first saw them. But and then the part with talking about the graveyard and stuff, like, she like to me, she take her job and stuff a little too. Like, I got it, you a mortician and all that stuff, but some of this creepy junk, like the spirits are going. It's too
Yeah, and then when she
much.
met the other girl at the cemetery as
Yeah,
well, it's like
yeah,
you're almost making the cemetery look like a hangout spot for you.
yeah.
I don't
It's
like that.
weird. It's weird.
Mm-mm.
That's
I don't get that either. Like, how you manifesting from what stuff dead at?
Right.
gonna manifest some evil demonic stuff. Better stop.
Right.
And then um you manifesting your husband, but yet you got a board full of men that you still ain't, like, you know what I'm saying? Got rid of. And then the kicker was that she said she wasn't gonna add nobody else to um the list, but then she has this new guy that she hadn't been talking to that long. So that meant she added him to the list while she was talking to Heidi when she said she wasn't gonna do that. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if she added him since she had been engaged or if she just added him. But it seemed like she hadn't been talking to him that long because she was still asking him, like, do you have a girlfriend? So it's obviously a new person, but she said she met him before her and Heidi broke up. So I'm like, you can't be mad at nobody for playing you because you're not a faithful person. So it's like
Right.
your karma is always gonna be bad when this is what you do. So she just was killing me. She extra.
Yeah, she is. All right, Sean, do you have any thoughts on Ty this week?
Yeah, she's extra, and her daughter, she looked into the camera when she was talking, so that kind of made me think that it was also staged. The whole go knock the cereal down thing. But even if it's stage or not stage, like Reese is saying, this is what you're teaching your daughter what to do, is how to storm out the room and just tear stuff up, break her own stuff, and then get
Mm-hmm.
mad. You mad at me, but you're gonna break your stuff. So now you have to repay it, replace it, and all that type of stuff. So that's not a good behavior to have, trait to have. And uh, the whole, I wouldn't have had my child on there if this the lifestyle I want to be. I wouldn't have,
Right.
especially when she's that young, because she got to go to school the next day or school the next day.
Right.
And then now the people know for sure that's your mama that be on the weed channel in the bed talking to
Fighting.
men,
Yeah.
having the
Fighting
camera
women,
in
throwing
there. Yeah,
tables. Like,
all
that was
so,
crazy.
so the what was it? The dozens. I win the dozens against her every time. They just say, but your mama lay in the bed fighting women for no reason. Have what a board for the men. She take the dot and throw it on the dot. That's her boyfriend for the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They eat that stuff up on that child. That child
Right.
like,
And that's like, do you remember the time that she was self-stimulating on the phone with one of the inmates? Like,
yeah,
now we know your daughter's face. And you
right.
did that on TV.
Uh-huh. So just to get another check, I don't think that was worth it. And then the whole over the top attitude mindset that she have in the bed talking about, and then what about Boston? Do you tell Boston the same stuff? And let it go. You say you done, but it was funny that she had a funeral for the man. So at least she had a funeral, So cremation, and once you cremated, you're done, as she say. So she's moving on to another person, and
So we
then
think. So we think. Remember,
everything.
Hoppy said you ain't done.
Yeah, yeah, he did say that. So we'll see how long that be. So I guess that's another bet my last dollar that they'll be talking before the end of the season over with.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, there was something else that she did that.
She
What
threw
was it?
that ring. Like, why you do that?
She
Pawn
threw
that.
what?
Huh? She threw that ring across the room.
Yeah, she surely
I'd have been
did.
like, gonna pawn this.
Uh, well, her daddy from the top, it was only worth $12, so she probably already looked and see.
Yeah,
Uh,
she might be ashamed to go to the pawn shop because they may tell her, this is sterling silver. This isn't gold.
uh, or they might say, "Oh, this is another one. So and so had brought me the same one."
Yeah,
Where you get this from, Hottie?
I know.
Look,
They may already know where it came from.
uh,
he sketches his initials on the inside of all of them. You ain't noticed that?
mm-mm.
That's crazy. All right, and then this guy, I just want this guy to disappear.
Yeah, I already know he's a
Mark,
murderer.
I just can't. I can't with him and his
No.
storyline is too much. All right, so we have Mark. So Mark is at his mom's house, and why he felt the need to tell us that normally he sleeps like in the nude or what, I don't know. I I wasn't impressed. I wasn't turned on by it. I didn't understand why it was being told. All right, and so he has picked up another inmate, Alexis. So he's on the phone with Alexis. He's at his mom's house, and he like just passes the phone off to his mom, and she awkwardly talks to this girl. But the mom, she was nice. She was like, "Hey, well, what are you doing? What are you doing there?" Or whatever. So Alexis tells her, I like to write poetry, you know, just some things that she likes to do and stuff. And so the mom ends up getting off the phone with her. And so he talks to Alexis, and then he asks her something weird. But I think we kind of discussed this before. Um, in front of his mom, he asked her about girls like being together in prison, and then do they ever take it outside of prison? And his mom was like, "Why would you ask that in front of me?" Like, I totally understood because I wouldn't have wanted my son to be asking me, as talking to some girl about girl on girl in front of me. I wouldn't want to hear it myself. And so that was pretty much their scenes. I don't remember too much of them. I was bored. I was annoyed. I was just like, this dude is just trying to be on the show, and he's just going to constantly keep picking different inmates. Clearly, he doesn't have a love connection with any of these women. And I'm just tired of him making a mockery of what's going on. All right, any thoughts on Mark this week?
I feel pretty much the same way. Like he just doing it just cause, just
Mm-hmm.
waste some time.
Right.
Cause it's a lot of people. You could tell the ones that's like real serious about dating people in jail and stuff, and he just don't
Mm,
seem like that at all.
right.
And then to ask about a woman with another woman, obviously you don't trust being with a woman in jail anyway.
Hmm.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know one thing for sure: my boys come home talking about, yeah, I'm dating a girl in prison. Yeah, nah, I'm not approving. I don't care
Yeah.
what you
And
on.
I did like that the mom said she wishes that instead of, chasing these inmates, that he would focus on his career. I did like when she said that. I'm like, okay, that's very true, mom. Now
Mhm.
say it to him real slowly and maybe he'll listen to you.
Yeah.
Right, and the fact that you're successful, like, why even waste your time with that in the first place?
Right.
Mm. I don't think he don't have no kids or nothing, huh?
No.
Yeah, he's just doing it to waste
No, I
time.
think he got that. He did some sperm donor stuff, and that's it.
Yeah, he's just doing it just cause.
Yeah.
When it gets to his part, no lie, I usually just skip through it.
That's what I was so tempted to do. I was like, he's just getting on my nerves.
I was just
I'm
like,
over there like at the TV screen and stuff, smacking my lips. It was crazy. I was just annoyed with his scene.
yeah, I
That's
skip.
Yeah.
why I don't remember much else. If y'all remember something that I missed, by all means, y'all
Well,
can shoot.
he had the video call with Ray, and it was like she was like, why are you still calling or why are you even still contacting me? And she was like, you don't get it when I've deleted you multiple times. And he was like, oh, well, I really liked you. And she's like, but you brought me on the phone with another woman, like another prisoner that you're talking to, and just expected me to be like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, yeah, move us all in the house and we have babies, and And she was like, and you're trying to make it sound like she never tried to appeal her sentence and all that stuff. Like she just cool with being in jail. She was like he's disrespectful and narcissistic.
Hmm.
And like his response was just that, like, yeah, you taught me something about myself. I need to actually, be more careful about people's feelings. And I'm like, what's wrong with this dude? And then as soon as he gets off, like she hangs up the video call with him because he's still just being a narcissist. And then freaking as soon as she get off the phone with him, he's all like, well, there's more fish in the sea. I'm gonna go dig in the prison pool, and find me somebody else. Then that's when
Yeah.
he started talking to the other chick. And no lie, when they put her picture up, I was like, ugh. And then they showed other pictures, and I was like, oh, whew. I was like, that was a they look like two different people. I was like,
Oh,
oh, that first one looked like a crackhead, and then the second one looked like a regular woman. I was like, okay. I was like, why did they even do that? That was, to me, that was messed up. Because if that was some old ugly mugshot, y'all ain't have to do that. Y'all ain't have to do that to that woman. Like literally, they showed two other cute pictures of her, but the first thing they showed was that junk of her looking like a meth head.
so JC says he is a self-centered dude that never had a girlfriend who is using his money and low self-esteem, jail women, to make a pimp house. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he's doing.
I
Yep.
agree with that one.
And I
Hmm.
feel
I
like
don't think he
Ray
ever had a
caught
legit
on to it.
girlfriend.
No,
Ray
he
caught on
couldn't
to
have.
it.
Yeah.
She was like, what you doing ain't cool. And then he was like, so did you actually, think that this was like, that we were exclusive? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, if you knew she thought that, and then you just bring her out of nowhere, like you ain't told her, like, no, there's other people, nothing. You just all of a sudden merge her into a call, like, hey, here's another girl I'm talking to, and I want to put y'all in the house together, and you know what I'm saying, and make babies. It's like, where they do
If
that
you
at?
want to probably just say that, I think that he think that most
Right.
women in prison, are gay. So he feel as if y'all in the same place and y'all know y'all what y'all do when y'all in there. So
Yeah,
Right.
and then his mom, poor thing, like, I know she's so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I know she is. And then a girl was like, and I'm sure she was like calling him a narcissist, and he's like, and I'm sure my mom would agree. I'm like, that's pathetic. That if you even think that your mom would agree to something like that, like,
Yeah, because I think he doesn't care. In his mind, the strange things that he want, like B said, polyamory or whatever it is,
mhm.
he thinks that it's okay to approach a woman in prison with that. But I guarantee you, he's not doing that with women out here in the free world.
No, because he
He's not.
can't get them, and that's what old girl said. She like, that's why you ain't got a girlfriend because look how you are. And I feel like he be one of them people who just uses money to probably try to lure women to him. But it's like you're too much of a narcissist to even realize, like, you know what I'm saying, like that women don't care about just your money. Like if you lure a woman that cares only about your money, she gonna take that money, use you, and move on because that's all she cared about. If you want
Mhm.
somebody who is not about that, then that's not what you're gonna do. And to me, that's what he puts out. Like, I got money, so I mean, shoot, I guess, hey, women, anybody out there, if you about money, go and use them because that's what he cool with.
Mhm.
That dude is off the chain. Like he's whack. Like they need to take him out the show, and I feel like he gonna be like Ty. What's her name? Can't think her name right now. Ty.
Ty.
Never gonna leave because they're gonna always just find another inmate. They're never gonna leave.
Yeah.
Look, and then oh boy tried to do that mess, but then he ain't on there, so he ain't make it the next season.
Yeah, that one with the muscles.
Yeah, yeah. He tried to do that because when he found him another one.
Nene
Yeah.
remembered the muscles.
But
But
it
he
was weird. Like his body, he had the muscles, but it was something weird about him.
his face.
Is that what it was? I know it was something weird and I didn't like him in skinny jeans either. Those skinny pants.
Yeah, he kind of came off like real metrosexual type.
But y'all know I will be thirsting. So, all right.
Therefore, I was like, with the muscles, huh?
Yeah, Magic Mike body without the Magic Mike face.
Right, that part. Yes, but all right. So we also saw Melissa
Oh,
and Louis.
Sean
No,
didn't.
she can go ahead
Oh
on.
my gosh, Sean, yes.
No, ain't nothing to say. Reese pretty much said everything,
Oh, my
Okay.
and
bad.
and the nothing to
Oh,
say is I agree.
all right. So here
He
go
right.
another immature girl, Melissa and Louis. Alrighty, so um the scene like opens up. We see Melissa, she's trying to pack up her hotel room and get over to the prison so she can see Louis. Um so she goes, but the cameras, we don't go inside with them. She comes back out to the car and she tells us about her visit with them. Um on her drive there, she had already told us that she had some questions for him. I was like, oh Lord. But okay. And so she said while she was visiting Louis, he asked her, why did you go to the yoga instructor's class? And she's basically trying to defend herself, like, well, why can't I go to a yoga class? Because you knew what you was doing trying to go to that yoga class, girl. Stop playing. Like, you know exactly what she was doing. And then she dropped, well, she called him immediately and told him, well, if he is trying to do business with her and his crazy girlfriend has shown up at her class trying to figure out what her connection is to him, I would think that she would call him and tell him. But I don't know. Right. And so she said that Louis had told her that he was bothered by the questions that she was asking him. Which, I wasn't there, but from the way that she behaves, I'm pretty sure she was not being appropriate with her questions and the way she was asking them, I think. Um, And so she said she asked him how long should she wait for him. And he said, I don't really have an answer for that. I don't know how long to tell you. I don't know how things are going to be. The only thing I can say, I no, she'd never take the advice. Sis, leave it alone. Leave it alone. So she says that seeing him, going to visit him at the prison, has made it real to her that she's dating an inmate. Not quite sure why that moment made it real for you, but nothing else. But I don't know. I want to hear y'all's thoughts on Melissa and Louis this week.
I think she living in a fantasy land too.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you trying to hold on to a high school crush is enough for me. And
Hmm.
then like when it comes to the yoga instructor, it's like, girl, obviously you know, your gut telling you, you know. Why is you playing games and stuff like you really don't know what's going on? I feel as if
Yeah.
they should, he probably do have something going on with the yoga instructor. But at the same time, she a yoga instructor. She not into conflict and all that stuff. So you coming at her sideways. She like, hey, get your girl. And
Yeah.
then, and then obviously he took up for her. So it's like, why you doing all this crazy stuff when you already know what it is, basically.
Yeah.
But I think she just in a fantasy land to me, trying to hold on to stuff from the past. I mean, half my high school crushes are ugly now, and
Okay.
like life goes on, girl. You can find
Hmm.
anybody, and then your high school crush in jail. Mm. She in a fantasy land to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. She and then to make the fantasy land worse, why did she have them pom poms?
I don't even know.
Why did you? Why she was like, I brought these. She's like, I guess I thought I was gonna be able to use them or give them to him, show him. So I'm like, and do what?
That part.
You gonna be a grown woman sitting up in there cheering high school cheers to him or something like?
Yeah, and is he gonna be a grown man walking around a prison carrying pom poms?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what he gonna be like? Oh, look what my girl gave me from high school. Make it make sense. Like I didn't even get that. You pack them things up, and why do you still have them? Why do you still have them?
That
She,
part. Why you still got them pom poms?
And if you
she
kept those
has an
pom-poms,
unhealthy obsession with high school.
yeah. And if you kept them pom
Yes.
poms,
Team
oh my
yoga instructor.
God, Lord.
I didn't even know we were splitting up on teams, but yeah, I'd be on the yoga instructor's team.
Look, I mean, as of right now, the yoga instructor the most sane person, but
Yes.
my thing is like, if the pom poms meant something to you, why are you giving them to a man that's in jail? Like,
They're gonna be taken as contraband,
yeah,
probably.
that or shoot, he might sell them for some noodles. You know what I'm saying? We know how they do when they're selling everything for ramen noodles. But so I guess my only other complaint, like of everything that happened, she said since she saw him, everything went downhill. Well, first of all, you surprised the man on his job, and then he treated you like a piece of meat, apparently. And we don't know what all happened for real, but based off of what you said, like he did a lot of grabbing and you know what I'm saying, whatever. And then you find out all this other stuff about him. And the yoga instructor, now I don't remember because I feel like we did say the yoga instructor had a ring on her finger, so she might be married, but it doesn't mean that she ain't cheating. Not to say that she is, because she may not be. It may be like you said, that if they're doing a business partner thing, I would be like, look, if you're gonna have your people running up on me like this, then we can't partner up because I don't do that. I don't do drama like that. Like that's not my style.
Right.
And you can have women accusing me of stuff that I'm not doing, like that ain't me. Or it could be on the other hand of who was this that showed up? You know what I'm saying? Like this chick showing up at my job, saying all this and saying all that, and so it could be he had to answer questions to his girlfriend, or he had to answer questions to his future, um, boss, coworker, whatever. Either way, it was inappropriate, and the fact that he knew before she said it to me makes her look even crazier. Because then I'd be like, well, why did she call you right away? Like, what is it? To me, that's
Yeah.
just gonna mess her up even more. So, because she's already psycho jealous now.
First off, how did she call him and he in jail? Don't that mean that he called her?
Well,
He
this
got a
is the
phone.
thing. I think he has a phone because,
He
oh,
does.
girl, she be just calling him whenever.
No, that's what she
Oh
said.
wow.
She was like, that's why she didn't feel like he's in jail because she could call him anytime.
Oh dang. Okay.
But I think it'd be when he's doing his work release stuff, like he has a phone somehow during that time. Like I don't know if he has the phone when he's in the jail. Maybe he do. I don't know. But yeah, and then for her to say, yeah, it finally feels like he's in jail. Like, ain't y'all been dating for like 9 months? Don't y'all only do video chats? Then you have to then like what I'm saying, you got to wait for him to parole and stay somewhere for so long before he can come to you anyways, or what I'm saying, like she's delusional, like I said, and she's cuckoo. Like I don't know who's worse, her or the one with the tattoo. I don't
Oh,
know who's
Jessica.
worse.
Yeah. They're on
'Cause-
about the same level of maturity, I feel like.
yeah, because one of them is just running off, just doing silly junk and not even caring that, you know, saying she.
I still say the one with the tattoo
You're
crazy.
on mute, Racy.
I don't know how I did that, but I don't know how she, you know, like with, you know, yeah, the one with the tattoo, because of that tattoo and the size
Because
of the
of the tattoo and the size, yes.
yeah,
And the
that does make her cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like literally, she is super crazy for that. Cause like honestly, and if it doesn't work, because now you got this meth head, if you found out he a meth head and all this other stuff. Like I said, I can't remember what the name was. It was like Phillips or something like that.
Yeah, it was Phillips.
You can't even go have a son and name him Phillips because that's stupid.
But just imagine, for me, it's just the thought.
Well, I
You
guess she
see
could have the
this
F
guy.
removed. But that'd be
Yeah.
an odd place to be like, where's your son? You got your son name tattooed right here, like and you got no other tattoos.
Yeah.
And that's what you
But
chose.
see, what my issue with that tattoo is, you ran out, you got this tattoo, and you didn't even realize that your man was really basically a crackhead.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? You get this big old tattoo. That's why you don't do those things. You had this big old tattoo for this person. Then you find out the person that you tatted on you was a crackhead or a meth head.
Yeah.
facts.
Like y'all ain't even married yet. Like at least if
You're
they ever
not
got
married,
married,
and
that'll be her
he's
last
on this
name.
stuff. He's on that
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so now it'd be stupid to marry him. But my thing is that you at least if she married him, it'll be her last name. And she could just be like, I ain't giving back the
Yeah, it'll be her last name, and then at night, instead of her man coming home to her, she gonna have to go to Skid Row to go pick him up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I'm just saying, like when they get divorced, I'm trying to make that tattoo make sense for her. That is she gonna be in pain removing that thing. Oof. That's a
That
painful.
tattoo and sense, I just don't. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. And then it's like, yeah, and then the removal of that and the location. Ugh, yeah. But as far as old girl and her little delusion of like, oh, I guess she was just gonna live in a fantasy of like we're gonna be just like high school again and we're gonna run around like high school kids and I don't know, eat ice cream and pizza every day and
Yeah, and then she's planning their reunion.
yeah. I feel like that's the biggest thing. That's her goal. Like,
Yeah, she wants him on her
gotta be
arm at the
around in
reunion.
there.
Yeah, that's
in the
weird.
reunion. So everybody can be like, oh, you got him? How'd you get him? Like, they'll be like, oh,
And then you got the
you got him?
leftovers.
Ooh. They gonna be like, she got him. Mm-mm.
Yeah, the people who know, yeah, they're gonna be like,
Yeah. She got him. Like, I
good
thought
for
you was
her.
gonna do better in life. Sean up there quiet. What you thinking about? What you thinking about?
Nothing. The I think, oh girl, well, nah, y'all convinced me. I was pulling for the pom pom chick. I was gonna say that now she ain't the craziest one, but the other one, Jessica is. So I agree with y'all on that one. Because the whole tattoo thing.
Hmm.
But the reason why I was pulling against her is because she do have a voice of reason on her side. She have a daughter to help bring her in, but she ain't listening to her daughter. So yeah, so she what you call it? She still, yeah, I agree with y'all. She's the bad one of the bunch.
Yeah, that's still sad.
You
My
still gonna leave
child
him?
is
Go
my
ahead. All right, go
mentor.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Then you ain't listening to your own child who's trying to tell you. Uh, but
Yeah.
but the fact that she had to go up there and for him to diss her face to face, for her to realize that, oh, I'm dating an inmate, that's kind of very uh, childish of her, or she just can't live in reality. Because, like you said, she goes to the family reunion. I mean, the high school reunion. I think she might just stop planning it now. She might just give up because it's not going to work the way she wanted to go.
She
And so
ain't
she,
showing up single.
nah, she ain't showing. Yeah, she ain't gonna what you call it, because she probably thought that she'll win the queen and he win the king, and then they can have the last
And they gonna
dance.
pull out the pom poms.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, she
but
probably gonna put together a little court for their reunion. Watch.
yeah, uh-huh. But
Reunion king and queen. Mm-mm.
because she had all the signs there. Yeah. And the yoga thing, the yoga instructor, the fact that and this is based off of her and how she responds to stuff. I don't even know if it went down that way because she probably just over exaggerated the whole thing to try to make it seem like she's the victim in the whole thing. So but the fact that he defended her, whether it was because of the business future or because maybe they was having their little secret rendezvous and she's like, this shit needs to stop, you need to stop dating this other person, whatever it was, that right there should hopefully do let her know, like she says, not only dating an inmate but dating someone that don't want her. And move on with your life. But I don't know if she's gonna be able to move on because how many episodes? This wasn't the season finale, huh?
The season finale is next week.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, she is able to move on with her life and maybe go after her uh, middle school crush. Maybe she.
God.
So,
She
but
needs
Just
to
yeah.
give
put
it
the
up to be
yearbooks
somebody
away.
new.
Yeah, she needs to put the yearbooks away and just leave it alone.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because
Yeah.
then what she find middle school, was she gonna start walking around with candy and I don't know, pigtails,
Mm,
like
yeah.
it's gonna make her more immature.
Right, passing out jump ropes.
Yeah,
Jump rope.
Right.
Never bet.
I
Mm.
had
But she
this.
gonna
I
she
was
gonna
gonna,
pull out a trapper keeper.
yeah. The whole Lisa Frank. I had these
Yeah,
pencils.
like, sorry.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Mm.
Like, I had this pencil case.
Mhm.
I guess I'll put it back in my bag. Like, come on now.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that was this week's episode of Love During Lockup. Next week, catch us again. We'll be back for the season finale. That the clips of that look pretty good.
I didn't see the clips.
Oh yeah, as we see Jessica, she's gonna be crying. Something has happened. She get a
Oh,
phone
shit.
call and she gets to crying and carrying
Maybe he
on.
back in
Yeah,
the hole, or maybe he OD'd up in there or something.
tell
Hopefully
'em.
not. Cause she got that tattoo. Something got to happen. I feel like she got to go
Love
and
the
fulfill
tattoo.
that. She got that tattoo. You all the way in now.
Yeah, yeah, very true. But all right, well, I want to thank everybody for stopping by and for watching. Make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button before you leave. And as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, friends. Bye.